Hasan Piker was the person who convinced OJ to do it. Hasan Piker regularly steals kids' lunch money despite being a millionaire. Hasan Piker puts backwards satanic messages in episodes of Fear and. Hasan Piker runs a network of child pickpockets in Romania. I'm being outed. I'm being outed for all the crimes that I haven't committed yet, but I will. I told you. I said this yesterday. The entire Israel First Republican Party is actively coming after me and Abdul El-Sayed today. This kind of outrage, manufacturing, and false smears no longer works. Americans have awakened to the reality that we must stop Israel. But yeah, Eyal Yacobi has been coming after me. A lot of the classic Hasbarists, the outrage manufacturers, have been coming after me pretty aggressively. And they're doing my favorite thing. I hope they continue doing this, where they post things that I'm proud of, things that I'm open about, things that I have said, dunks, if you will, instead of the things that they take out of context. Literally doesn't matter. He can prep with whoever he wants. He can prep with Benny Morris if he wants. There is no what you support terrorism ? No, I don't. I don't support the state of Israel, and I don't support the state of the United States of America. Like, they're like, oh, he said America's doing terrorism. Yeah, it is. Who? What American supports everything that this government does unconditionally? Yes, I do not support the terrorism that the United States of America contributes to around the world. I've been saying this for the past 10 years, as a matter of fact, and I will continue saying it as long as America keeps waging unjustifiable wars around the world. It's that simple. We wage economic terrorism, as we are currently in Cuba, strangling the island. We engage in imperialism, direct boots on the ground warfare, destabilization all around the world. We kidnapped the head of a sovereign nation, black-bagged him in the middle of the night, killed a bunch of his security detail, flew him out to New York City to put together a mock trial. What can you call that if not terrorism? It's completely ridiculous. We've been bombing fishing boats off the coastline of Venezuela for months and celebrating it. We double-tapped a school in Iran. That's terrorism. To which I replied with, what would you call 2+ years of live-streamed child holocaust if not state-inflicted terrorism? Because that's precisely what it is. I think, once again, honesty is the best policy. Number one, we must seek truth from facts. Number two, honesty is the best policy. Just stand on your principles, say the truth, and eventually people will come to terms with you. Okay, they will understand where you are coming from. Can you prove that last one? Double tapping a school? Yes. Were you asleep? Hello? First day in Iran? What did we do? It's literally on the New York Times, on Reuters, on Associated Press. It's unbelievable that you haven't actually encountered this. The government admitted it. The U.S. military confirmed it. As a matter of fact, the only person that still was holding on to the idea that maybe it was Iran that bombed its own school was Donald Trump. It's on video. It's a Tomahawk missile. Were you in a coma? Welcome back, chatter. Things have changed quite a bit around the world since you woke up, since you passed out. Mehdi Hasan also joined in on the fun. This is where it started. Listen, it's all well and good to criticize Democratic politicians. I love when they always say this, by the way. You know, they're always like, it's all right, you know, you can criticize Israel. You can criticize Benjamin Netanyahu. I define how you get to criticize Israel. And they're doing that with like how the Democratic Party should operate as well. It's like, why do you get to decide? I mean, I don't really flex this as much as I maybe should, but I have a bigger chunk of the pie than you. Like whether you're Third Way, whether you're AIPAC or Center for American Progress, like I represent a much larger piece of the puzzle, a much larger piece of the pie than you do. You actually don't have any real constituency. You do not represent the base of support at all. You can try to shit smear all you want all day, every day, but that doesn't change the reality, right? If you think America deserved 9/11 and Zionists are rabid neo-Nazis, we'd be proud to have you on your show. Thanks for sharing, says AIPAC. But in any case, so Michael A. Cohen, not Trump's lawyer, former fixer, says, listen, it's all well and good to criticize Democratic politicians for holding events with Hasan Piker, but don't forget the bros at Pod Save America who have had Piker on as a guest multiple times and invited him to speak at their CookieCon conference. He's the guy sitting between Tim Tim Miller and Simone D. Sanders. To which John Favreau said, "Yep, there he is, a person we debate politics with. Thanks for sharing." To which Michael A. Cohen responded with, "I think it's important to debate politics with a guy who routinely makes anti-Semitic statements. The state of democratic politics in 2026. To which Mahdi Hasan replied with, "My entire timeline is full of pro-Israel people saying Piker makes many anti-Semitic statements, but they can't bring themselves to actually quote or link to these many anti-Semitic statements." And it's true. On paper, they can rob certain things of its context, and they try to do that to the best of their ability. They'll be like, "Oh, Hasan said Jews are inbred." It's bullshit. I call all reactionaries inbred. There are, 5-10 minute compilations. That's like one of the only ones that I think is what they consider to be like genuinely anti-Semitic that could be perceived as borderline anti-Semitic. But outside of that, it's all ridiculous, The America deserved not the Hasan Piker called Jews inbred. He said America deserved 9/11, addressed a million times over. He said it doesn't matter if Hamas raped Jewish women on October 7th. That's not what I said. I said whether rapes happened or not does not change the dynamic on October 7th. That genocide is still unacceptable. Okay? That's what it was. I think that's, again, the majority position, and it's the position of people with a conscience. He suggested the killing of the 2 Jews outside the Israeli embassy in D.C. was a false flag operation. Did not say that at all. Ironically enough, it was the exact opposite thing that I said. He called a Hamas terrorist propaganda video a music video. That wasn't a Hamas terrorist propaganda video. It was a Houthi video, and it was a music video, and I stand by that. Once again, doesn't matter to this guy. I said the Houthis are musical people. The Yemeni people are musical people. There's a distinction. There's a difference here. And yes, they do make wonderful music videos as they fight back against the Saudi occupiers. The video that I was looking at was a music video from when the Saudi Arabian government was literally enforcing a blockade, killing tens of thousands of children in Yemen. And they had made a song of resistance, which went pretty fucking hard. They make great diss tracks. Or he gives his platform to openly supports Hamas and Houthi terrorists. Once again, I am in favor of international human rights, and people do have a right to militarily resist against genocide. People do have a right to militarily resist against apartheid. The real crime here is not people fighting back against genocide or apartheid. The real crime here is actually the apartheid itself, the genocide itself. Can't really do anything about that, really. Again, conversation has shifted. It's not 2023 anymore. It's not the month of October in 2023 anymore. Can't really get away with this. All of this stuff is basically just like, oh, he's anti-Israel and I don't like it. He said his favorite flag is the Hezbollah flag. He compares Zionists to neo-Nazis. Again, now they're posting my bars, okay? Then, because they move on from like things that they lie about, which are explainable, to things that are just objectively true, that they are totally indefensible from the Zionist side. So they just like reveal that position, not realizing that that is the majority position, right? That's just the majority position. And he's repeatedly justified and excused Hamas' October 7 attacks. I've not done that. He's someone who clearly hates Jews and loves Hamas. I do not hate Jews. He worships Putin and other communist dictators. Putin is not a communist, and I certainly do not like Vladimir Putin, nor do I worship him. But also, he's not a fucking communist. If he was a communist, maybe that could be a different dynamic there. But no, he is not a communist at all. And just recently, he said he prefers Islamist terrorists over America and Israel. Don't really know what he's talking about here, but I assume he's trying to say Hasan has said he's a harm reduction voter. Very famously said that. I am a harm reduction voter, as you guys know. And as a harm reduction voter, I always will vote for the lesser evil. And Hamas is 1,000 times better than Israel. It's just true. Facts are facts. You can argue against them. You can try to explain to me why that's not the case and engage in racialized drivel. But at the end of the day, it's just the truth. Hamas did not do a genocide. Israel did, right? As a matter of fact, Hamas, the orphaned sons, like a military group, a military formation comprised entirely of the orphaned sons of Palestine, were one of the few groups that was actually fighting back against Israel's exterminationist campaign, making it as costly as possible for Israel to continue raping and pillaging and destroying the civil society that Palestinians were able to create in spite of the occupation's best efforts to destroy their lives and livelihoods. So, there's that. And that's just the start. There's much more he's done and said. But yes, Mehdi Hasan, he's toxic. Son, the Hun's views and Nick Fuentes' views are equally toxic. They're not. As a matter of fact, there's a lot more similarity between Nick Fuentes' worldview and his ideology with people who are pro-Israel. Because Zionism is racism. Zionism is fascism. It's a fascist ideology. It's a religious, ethno-supremacist ideology that is exterminationist both in principle and also as a mechanism of said ideology. And that's fascism. That's exactly what Nick Fuentes wants. Nick Fuentes wants a white nationalist dystopia here in the United States of America, and he's very clear about that. He'll openly say it. He wants, and Richard Spencer has said this before as well, where they say, look, we don't have a problem with Israel. We just want to do Israel for whites here in America, for white Christians here in America. So yeah, those views are identical. I am not branding you as pro-Israel. You probably backed Israel's genocide in Gaza from the get-go, including the exchanges with me on this very site. And it is relevant. We know it's well documented and out in the open. The charge of new anti-Semitism was conceived by pro-Israel groups to conflate criticism of Israel with criticism of Jews. The fact that pro-Israel people openly on here are equating Piker, who, however outrageous they find his views, with Fuentes, a Holocaust-denying Nazi who openly and proudly attacks Jews, makes it clear this is about Piker's Israel stance and not anti-Semitism in abstract. Wait, what is this? I find it funny that the quoted statements are always a word or saying. Inbreds by itself means absolutely nothing. Show the whole statement. Deserve 9/11 in games means nothing by itself. Well, wow, are you proud of that? What a fucking communist fanboy. Brother, do you know whose chat you're in? There is 32,000 of us in here. You're alone. Look around. In any case, yeah, here is the actual, none of this justifies the rapes none of this, the rapes quote. Here it is. This is what they always play. For us to be at a place where saying maybe there was some sexual violence doesn't make you a Zionist. I mean, I say that, and I don't think it makes me a Zionist. I say that as well. But if the conclusive evidence is coming from Zakah or the Israeli government or the Israeli police force claiming that they have a mountain of evidence, because remember, the Israeli police force said they had a mountain of evidence. And then when questioned on it further, said they had no evidence whatsoever. Like, if all we can rely on is the word of the IDF, that's ridiculous. There is, however, evidence. There is, however, real evidence as far as like firsthand accounts and testimony, even secondhand accounts and testimony from hostages. So that part is real. That did happen, which is very important, and that was a part of the UN investigation that was conducted. I've never discounted that, just like I've never discounted the likelihood that sexual violence did occur on October 7 and after. By the way, none of which justifies Israel's actions. So it doesn't even matter. None of this justifies that Palestinians have a right to dignity, a right to emancipation, a right to live fucking free lives, free from this occupation. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much. So that's the other part of this problem that many people can't contend with. Like, the Palestinian resistance is not perfect. They're not like so good. They have magical bullets, and there's no criminal elements that could have conducted themselves very differently. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me at all. Look at that. That was, of course, like very close to October 7 as well. These guys, man, this is a concerted effort happening right now. They're trying to, this guy's saying the exact opposite. He says, there is a concerted effort happening right now that is trying to inject Hasan Piker into the Democratic Party apparatus while kicking out the people he dislikes, members of the Jewish, black, and working class communities. We cannot fall for it, and we must fight against it. It's unbelievable how much more smoke, quote unquote Democrats, I don't even know if this guy actually is a Democrat, but like, it's unbelievable how much more anger and resentment centrist Democrats have against their left flank than they do against the right. Have you guys noticed that? It's very interesting, don't you think? It's very odd. Our war crimes are made crimes because we believe morality means you have a responsibility in war to protect the lives of innocents and reduce harm to populations not involved in the fighting. Instead of justice, we've had years of justification for choices to violate that responsibility. Yeah. Sky News Australia said Hasan Piker accused of throwing food at kids. They're just making shit up about you.
Now, more on
Wait, what?
Convoy to Cuba featuring pampered Western commies, including Hasan Piker.
Communist convoy to Cuba. Hasan Piker accused of throwing food at Cuban children. Wait, what the fuck? So that was a clickbait title. Nobody shocked except Kaya that so-called communist Hasan Piker wouldn't be as wealthy as he is if he grew up in Cuba. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, that's true. What kind of point is that? Does that justify the blockade? No. Brother, fuck speech coaches. You need to hire lawyers. I mean, this is very funny.
Who has been accused of throwing food at Cuban children. The goal of this whole exercise is to...
Yeah, I wasn't here. I don't know what the hell these guys are talking about. Like, I'm just like materializing in places that I've never been to at this point. Yeah, just make shit up, you know? You might as well be like, Hasan Piker was responsible for personally killing Cuban children with his bare hands. He said the children were not sufficiently revolutionary. That's right. Here is Sky News Australia. The accusations are limitless. He ate one of the children.
The American government, the Trump administration, blaming them for Cuba's many issues. But the Cubans themselves are fighting back against this narrative, including...
Just came to stream after watching the news. Fuck you, dude. Yeah.
This gentleman who had this message for the leftists.
You rather see people keep suffering because why? So Donald Trump doesn't get the credit. This is not about Donald Trump. It's about somebody standing up finally and standing up to a communist regime.
Finally, by starving children. Thank God. Thank God, dude.
Leadership.
Kosher, he also said the power grid has been
Also, I like that they don't even say who's making the accusations. They don't show the accusations at all. Very, very strange way to do commentary. They're just materializing things that are completely... Like, they're materializing shit out of thin air, you know? Even worse, they're pulling it from random bot accounts on Twitter and saying they are accusing you. Anyway, yeah, this is funny. Brad Schneider got some retweets here, and you look at the retweets, it's like Shannon Watts, I don't know who that is, Destiny, and APAC. All my ops. Adam defended you, lol. Oh, Adam Carlson? Yeah. Wait, this whole hate campaign is being coordinated by Epstein? No, he's just adding on to the pile. He's not, like, even a relevant factor in this at all. He's utterly irrelevant, as a matter of fact. Even if, like, his tireless work of, like, his tireless advocacy of, like, Hasan Bad has played a formative role in, like, building this base, this robust base.
You think Joe Manchin will get...
Oh, yeah, here. Since this was probably brought up by Ethan Klein during their debate, here's Hasan Piker calling a variety of people inbred. I am making a pledge to try and no longer call reactionaries inbred in the future. Here is a 5-minute and 25-second compilation. Ethan lies that Hasan calls Jews inbred. In reality, Hasan just calls right-wingers inbred regardless of their ethnicity. Let's take a look.
You think Joe Manchin will get this level of clout and prominence if he was just another inbred hick fucking Republican senator from West Virginia? Of course not.
I feel like this inbred Nazi didn't just have some le fiery rhetoric against immigration.
And that's precisely why we brought in some of the worst inbred fucking tech CEOs you've ever goddamn seen, like Palmer Luckey.
Schizo Monkey, or simply the fact that you describe people at odds with you as an inbred fucking right-winger. Well, considering your name is Schizo Monkey, I'm going to go ahead and assume that you might be a fucking inbred right-winger. You got a toothless, inbred, racist, white supremacist piece of shit.
And then it's like, okay, then what's the point of this other than just like purely hating them for being immigrants and for being black?
That's it.
There is none.
Yeah. Yeah, and those motherfuckers speak like 4 languages too. That's the other part where they're like, oh, these are some dumb, uneducated, lazy cat eaters. And it's like, dude, you are literally inbred. You are so inbred. You look like the human version of one of those little fucking teacup poodles that we saw earlier. And you're over here talking about fucking how lesser than these people are. They're speaking fucking 4 goddamn languages. They're working hard. They just want to fucking survive. And you're over here lazy and angry as fuck. And I'm really glad that they showed up in massive numbers, as counter protesters showed up in massive numbers, outweighing the psychopathic inbred fascists. If the goddamn Eurocucks can do it when they've been fighting one another, even though they're inbred as shit and have literally been fucking each other's cousins for hundreds of goddamn years, if they can fucking do it, how the fuck can't we do it? You think your inbred, hick, Angloid grandpappy actually came here legally? The difference between legal immigration and illegal immigration is paperwork, you dumb fuck. You just mean white. How dare you? You chinless, inbred hicks coming in here being like, my grandpappy came here under just means. Okay, you don't understand, brother. He has the perfect school shooter profile. He looks like a school shooter. He walks like a school shooter, talks like a school shooter, did a shooting. He's got that inbred stank on him.
She looks inbred as fuck.
Yeah, dude, totally. These countries are so much better without migrants coming in. Yeah, we should just keep it to all the racist inbred fucking douchebags like you. Looking like the old fucking royals in the way that they are so fucking inbred and so goddamn ugly.
You can make it up to me by teaching me your technique. You, a regular heavyweight.
Bro, this dude looks so inbred. Like, honestly, he does also look like a British bully phenotype, okay?
I won't hurt you.
Oh, God, he's so fucking inbred. Yes, dude, yes. I'm body shaming the Nazi. 3 minutes in, dude's talking about race mixing. I'm calling him an inbred fucking dumbass. That's weird as hell, bro. He's weird as hell. He's so inbred looking, too. That's sus. Dude, I got jubaited by an inbred hick, bro. Don't. Holy shit, you won't survive this? Yeah, it's really messed up. Make fun of him. He's inbred. I will always make fun of him. There is an underlying mythology that your dumbass, racist, inbred, hick parents have force-fed to you. That's how white supremacy works. That's how racism works. It's pure copium for fucking losers. In the minds of Americans, they're both barbarians to begin with, okay? Every inbred hick literally sees no distinction. They look at China, they're like, they're Asian, I don't understand. They look at India, they're like, they're brown, they're Asian, and also maybe terrorists, I don't understand. Thinking that just because you came up with an opinion, that it must be valuable. It must mean something to everyone around us. So people must listen to your dumbass, inbred, hick, backwards fucking takes and go, actually, there's probably some utility to me hearing this, when in most circumstances, there isn't. Sometimes it's okay to just be a dumbass, inbred hick, for example, and your opinions might just be wrong and incorrect.
The quartering, as you know, he's defecating.
Anyway, the rest of it was Ethan, but okay, I'm starting to think it's actually the opposite of anti-Semitism, but you only use it against Jewish people once. No, I've called like settler terrorists of the Orthodox variety, and it's like that's the only thing that they can hold on to, and it's like utterly marginal, it's utterly irrelevant, and that's like the only thing that you can point to. It is like it doesn't even fucking matter. It's just everyone of that reactionary flavor I'm gonna have smoke for, and a big part of the reason why I use inbred a lot against fascists, whether they are Jewish fascists or anti-Jewish fascists, doesn't matter, is because fascism at its heart, at its core, has purity politics. And purity means inbreeding. That's the reason. You feel me? That's it. Yeah, you were saying that to people that were throwing out aid. That's where it came from. Douchebags in the background. These inbred fucking douchebags in the background.
These are just dudes standing back there.
A nation entirely comprised of messy.
And this is an ongoing joke with this community. These are just fucking benign dudes. Just I don't know what the fuck they're doing. It looks like they're doing charity or something. It looks like they've got water or boxes or something, like they're helping. And he's going, "Oh, look at these inbred fucks." It's like, bro, who are you? What are you? Who are you? Like, how dare you?
Guys, the Israeli police is investigating the attack on the Gaza aid convoy.
Israeli security forces are paid to stop this happening.
He was doing Hasbara. He was doing propaganda defending benign dudes doing charity. Turns out the benign dudes doing charity were fucking terrorists.
Now, that could not.
They were literally terrorists that were destroying aid.
Or would not, but clearly did not prevent Israeli settlers attacking an aid convoy yesterday from the West Bank bound for Gaza, where, say aid agencies, hundreds of thousands of civilians face famine.
But during the unloading and loading, settlers attacked these trucks, destroying the products and burning them in a systematic act of sabotage.
A continuation of images seen yesterday as settlers destroyed food at the same crossing point.
Nazis better than inbred, to be honest. No, we're not conceding on that shit. Don't concede to your opposition's cynical framework, chatters. Come on, you should know better by now. These are people who want to defend Israel, but they know they can't defend Israel, so they launch attacks. That's all it is. Okay? That's all this is. They got nothing. They got no emotion. They know they've lost the conversation. And what they're trying to do is at the very least like pressure people into deplatforming me or like no longer cooperating with me, as though that's going to do anything to like, you know, people's attitudes. It's not. It doesn't even work as a warning. In the past, at least, when you could like when you could get a scalp, like a high profile person that falls out of favor because you just like kept bullying them and kept calling them an anti-Semite over and over again. In the past, it used to mean something because the rest of the people, that the other onlookers would see something like that and go, ooh, I should think twice. I care about my career. I should think twice about like, you know, what I say about Israel. I should probably not criticize Israel. I just don't want to draw the enmity of these foes. And what's interesting is AIPAC operates in a similar manner. Like they try to take out people like Jamal Bowman and Cori Bush, like they did successfully, so that all the other Democrats or any other politician really thinks twice before they say anything about the beautiful, most moral nation state of Israel. So that's it. That's all it is. They're like nuclear grade weaponizing cancel culture, and it's not working anymore for two reasons. One, because a lot of people are frustrated. They're done with cancel culture shit anyway. They're totally done with it. They're like, nobody likes this. Please stop doing it. Who cares? The other reason why it doesn't work anymore is because they've deployed it so much. It's been deployed so much. Hasan Piker was the person who convinced OJ to do it. Hasan Piker regularly steals kids' lunch money despite being a millionaire. Hasan Piker puts backwards satanic messages in episodes of Fear and. Hasan Piker runs a network of child pickpockets in Romania. I'm being outed. I'm being outed for all the crimes that I haven't committed yet. But I will. Damn, I never saw you. It doesn't matter if rapes happen, quote, in full context. And I respect you more after hearing that clip. People are crazy and malicious. Yep. In any case, this is not the opportunity to like fucking run through all the common like hit pieces, you know, just we're going to move on. The only reason why I showed this, and I probably shouldn't even spend any time on this stuff. It's just like, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It doesn't work. But the reason why I showed it is because like a lot of people are losing their minds over the Dr. Abdul El Sayed thing, right?